Hey everybody, my name is Brandon Ferris. I'm actually in my back seat in my car late at night filming this, so here goes. I'm sure all of you have seen a Marvel movie by now. It seems to be standard practice in our American society. Marvel has dominated the box office for nearly a decade now, with Endgame producing almost $2.8 billion. All this success started with one man, Mr. Robert Downey Jr. And I think it's safe to say that he's one of the greatest actors working today. To get to reasons why I think this, I'll first talk about his upbringing and his early career. Next, I'll go through the rough years where he did a lot of drugs and went to prison a couple times. And lastly, I'll describe the massive turn that he made into becoming one of the most sought-after actors of all time. Downey was born April 4th in 1965 in Manhattan, New York City, the younger of two siblings. His father, Robert Downey Sr., was an actor and filmmaker, and his mother, Elsie Ann, was an actress who appeared in many of Downey Sr.'s films. Growing up in Greenwich Village, he was surrounded by drugs, and this had a great effect on him. By age 6, he had actually smoked pot, and that was just the start. His father gave him his first acting role in the film Pound, directed by Downey Sr. in 1970. This led to many more small roles before he dropped out of high school to pursue acting full-time at age 13. Steady work followed, but much of it went unnoticed until Downey's appearance in 1992 as Chaplin in Richard Attenborough's Chaplin biopic, which earned him numerous plaudits and an Academy Award nomination for Best Actor. There was a period of time roughly between 1996 and 2001 where Robert got himself into some serious trouble. Before this time, though, he dated Sarah Jessica Parker, and when asked about the downfall of their romance, he openly admitted, "I was selfish, I liked to drink, I had a drug problem, and that didn't jive with Sarah Jessica because it is the furthest thing from what she is. She provided me with a home and understanding. She tried to help me. She was so miffed when I didn't get my act together." He continued down this path of drugs and bad decisions for years, and got arrested for possession of marijuana, cocaine, heroin, and at one time even a handgun. When he missed a drug test during his 3-year probation, he ended up serving 6 months in jail. Sadly, Downey Jr.'s downward spiral only continued. After missing another drug test, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison at California Substance Abuse Treatment Facility and State Prison in Coracan, California. He ended up only serving a year, though, when the judge declared him fit to re-enter society, and within the week, he got a role as love interest in the show Ally McBeal. He once said that just because you hit rock bottom doesn't mean you have to stay there. Downey made his return to fame in films like Kiss Kiss Bang Bang in 2006, one of my all-time favorites, and Zodiac in 2007. None of them compared to his breakthrough role, though, as Tony Stark in Marvel's 2008 film Iron Man. This put him back on the map as he starred in many more movies like Tropic Thunder, Sherlock Holmes, Due Date, and almost all the films in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This all led to one of my favorite performances by him in the film Avengers Endgame. He steals the show as his character is taken on his last journey as Tony Stark. The ending was tragic but deserved, as Tony started the MCU, essentially. Overall, I think that Robert Downey Jr. is the comeback story of the century. Since Iron Man, he has starred in so many amazing films and become one of the biggest stars in Hollywood. In Endgame alone, he made a whopping $75 million. I'll end with a very Downey-style quote because I think it encapsulates his life and the career that he has had. Listen, smile, agree, and then do whatever the fuck you were gonna do anyway. Robert Downey Jr.